Hey everyone. Yes, I still do that every single time. Hi. My name's Hannah Parker. I am one of the pirates of Blue Shark Friends. Blue Shark Friends is a community building social media company, and we help communities build their own digital platforms. Um, so much to catch up on. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to give you a brief rundown of some things, and it's going to be kind of chaotic because I'm chaotic. First, we're doing a Kickstarter. We've been talking about it since June, maybe even May. Um, and that Kickstarter got kind of postponed because we had some life stuff come up. But we're getting back in the groove of things, and there's a couple more items that we've gotten, um, like test prints of. I'm really excited to show you. One of them is this book. It's called it's the Shiver Methodology, and it's by there she is, Kara, who's one of our deckhands, and it just lists out all the different steps to building community that we've been going over, which I'll happily repeat at the end of this. So it looks really good, like so good that I don't know what to do with it. Like, every time I show people, they're like, "Holy shit, this looks so good!" Yeah. Um. So Car made that, and then we're also going to be selling prints on our Kickstarter, and these are photos taken by Angel, who's one of our deckhands. Isn't this beautiful? Like every single person in our lives is so incredibly talented. They're just so pretty. Um, and these are what size were these?
What, 8 by 10? Like,
I think they're 8 by 10. So we're getting eight. I'm gonna do one size because gotta try to make it. Um, but they're gonna be. It's gonna come out so good. I'm so excited, and I'm so incredibly impressed with everyone who's donated to our Kickstarter. I use the word donated. We're splitting profits with them, so it's not a donation. But it also
an investment of their time.
it is an investment of their time, and it really matters. And it's like when we go out and we show people, hey, there are people in our community who made this in support of our Kickstarter. They're impressed because the idea that someone would spend that kind of time on helping a business grow, and that's just that's really cool. It's I feel like a lot of social media companies take for granted the content we create, and it's really frustrating. But being able to have and with the people who are creating content for us, even if those are products or um, Angel actually does our Instagram photos, like that really matters. Um, okay, so elephant in the room. It's not the Republicans. Uh, sorry. And our goal was to get our Kickstarter out in June in service of Pride, but I don't know if you remember. If you're new, I'm going to go over this at the end. But in our community building methodology, we have 12 steps. And one of those steps is rest. I know. I wrote it down. And then I tried not to do it anyway. Um, and we were just burning the candle at both ends. And we were going into July, and we were going to be traveling for some gender affirming care. And we're like, we just got to get it out right before this trip, and we didn't. And then we're like, okay, we'll get it out during the trip. And then our car broke down, and we got stuck in Santa Fe for a couple of days. And the universe told me to rest, and I listened. So, felt like a really big growth moment for me, even though it was really, really hard. But you know what? If we say we're going to do it, it can become a self-fulfilling prophecy. It's kind of like an affirmation. And that is the point of the community building methodology. You say that this is the direction that we're trying to go in. This is what we're trying to build. It can become a self-fulfilling prophecy. And it became a prophecy that we had to rest, so we rested. That's why we've been gone for, it feels like almost 2 months. I feel like it's been so long. Um, we had a trip, and then we had a funeral because a family member died, and then our other car broke down on Friday. So our life has just been a little chaotic lately. Um, but I'm really glad because, like, gotta remember, we have all of these different items and products that people have put together for us to try to sell through our Kickstarter. We have some bracelets, we have buttons, and I've shown some of those to y'all on different um, streams, and I'm wishing I had them with me so I could show them again, but it is what it is. You'll see pictures of them on the Kickstarter website. We had crocheted butterflies, and like no one yelled at us, no one complained. We said we were going to rest, and everyone in our community was like, "Yeah, you should have rested a long time ago." And that kind of support, that kind of support, you can't have that parasocially. You have to be building real relationships with people. And that's what we've done is we've built real relationships with people and we show who all of those relationships are on our site. And we believe that social media can be about us taking care of each other. It doesn't have to be about us spitting out content for the AI god. Also, speaking of the universe, we had another thing happen that was actually really good news, and it was right at the beginning of that trip. Um, we won a grant from the Trans Justice Fund project, and is basically the reason why we were able to afford to rest. Barely, but it's really made a huge difference. And one of the things that we realized we wanted to do is we wanted to give back to our community, to all of these people who've been supporting us, and we are doing a micro grant system within Blue Shark Friends that crewmates and deckhands can participate in. And if you're interested in joining Blue Shark Friends, contact one of us. Like, that's the process. You get in touch with us and you build a relationship, and that's how we onboard you. Um, we have some people who have an interest.
Right, you're live
What
again.
the- I'm live again. I'm sorry, y'all. We got lost for a minute, and now we're back. And I don't know if I remember what I was talking about. Dog's trying to get in the room. I know that there's so much on the news, and it's terrifying, and it feels like every day the sky is falling. And I do want you to know that the goal is to make it feel like every day the sky is falling. And I also do know that the sky is partially falling. Like, all of that is real. But the only thing that gets us through this is each other. So that's why after we got that grant from the Trans Justice,
And you're back.
I'm back from outer space. Dun, 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 dun. Hi. Sorry. So, I wanted to tell you all, and this is the last thing I wanted to tell you. Well, we kind of get back on our feet. We are live streaming to YouTube now. We've added that. Our goal is to also add TikTok at some point, but TikTok doesn't like us yet.
Also, the Shiver Guide website. We haven't formally introduced that yet.
Oh,
Put that on the screen.
okay. Yeah. Well, Josie is putting on the screen the shiverguide.info, which is we made a website to kind of mark our community building methodology so that other people can link to it and say that this is what they're doing. And really good publishes the latest changes I just made this morning.
Lost connection again.
No! Tell me to stop losing connection, Josie. Ah,
That's lost.
I don't know. Is it still lost? You know?
It says reconnecting.
Okay. I'm just going to talk and fill in the empty space.
Okay, you're back.
Hey, we're back. Okay, I'm gonna get through this. I promise. We have a grant. We're doing a micro grant internally with Blue Shark Friends, and we're gonna have crewmates and deckhands parts, the people who are members of our community, vote on it, and so that people can create proposals. We invest some of this money into our community, and more importantly, and this is the part that I want you to take away from this, and why, even though it's disconnected 70 times, I keep coming back. We're going to have people vote. Democracy is not a place, it's a practice. So you have, if you want democracy to exist in the United States, you need to do it. And that's not just voting in federal elections, but just voting in local elections. You need to actively practice democracy with your friends, at your workplace, at your church. Constantly find ways to involve everyone, to get feedback, and to build a loop where that feedback leads to action that affects people. Because that's how we get out of this. We just do it. We don't wait for someone to save us. We don't wait for the Supreme Court to change. We just say, we're going to do democracy and the rest of the world can catch up. And that's what I want to leave you all with. Because every week we usually come in and do a live stream, and we're coming back, and we're probably going to take Thanksgiving through New Year's off. So I'm just giving you that heads up now because I'm going to actually rest and not like be forced to rest and try to not rest the whole time. I learned my lesson and it was hard.
So I might do some Kickstarter stuff through that time period, but
Okay. Well, Josie might do some Kickstarter stuff. I'm probably going to shut down and pretend I don't exist. But that's what I want to leave you with. as you are collaborating and building your communities, find ways to do democracy. Find ways to get feedback from everyone. It doesn't have to be a whole institution. We're using this site called DotStorm, which just lets you like put little dots on different cards, and you can give everyone like we give everyone 5 dots, and then they can put as many dots on these different cards as they want until they use all 5 of their dots. And so it's a way to allow people to vote and kind of weigh different options. Kind of like a little bit like ranked choice voting. Um, but it's an interactive way to say, hey, I'm part of this community and my voice matters. Um, and the things you do, those will make a difference. So order that we've been talking about for a couple months. We've done the test prints for all of the products. We have all the other products that we needed to have in place. So we're wrapping up. I think Josie's taking a couple pictures of these photos
For the bundle.
for the bundles. Yeah. So we'll be able to like bundle this with one of our sites.
One of the sugar zines.
Or like a shiver zine. Yeah, shiver zine. I'm so excited for this. But yeah, we're getting all the pieces are coming into place. So we should be able to launch that very soon. I'm not gonna put a date on it. The last time I did that, it didn't work out. And I'm excited. I'm happy to be back. I know sometimes when you get used to seeing people and then they disappear for a bit, it can be a lot. And the world is a lot right now. And what we focus on is what's in front of us and the people around. I know that you can do this. I believe in you. Community is the life breath of our lives, and you're 100% capable of building it. Start slow, couple people, and just tell them, hey, I think you're part of my shiver, and I'd like to tell you what that means. Speaking of what that means, I'm gonna make everyone mad now. The shiver methodology. We're gonna go through it.
We don't have time for it.
Okay, Josie says we don't have. Hey, I can do it in 10 minutes. Okay, I'm gonna do it real fast. 12 sets broken into 3 groups of 4, and each group is kind of like a beginning, middle, and an end. So the first group is Flotilla, and that is bringing your people together, or we say gather your shiver. And shiver is over for a community because it's literally means a community of sharks, which is super cute. And we're blue shark friends, so it works. So, what are the first steps for gathering your community? 1, 2, identify your needs. Right? Notice who the people are who are in trouble. 3, connect your community. 4, fail in public. Like, try to do a Kickstarter and then have to rest for a couple months. That's okay. You just keep going. Get to a point and you
Alright, you're back.
I'm back. So the Fin Frenzy is bringing everyone together on accomplishing some type of project, and that's where we call it Launch Your Shiver. And that's the second group of 4. And so those steps are raise labor. And Blue Shark Friends say we don't raise capital, we raise labor. You find the people who you need to be able to make things happen, and you try to make sure they're okay. Because taking care of each other is the goal. enjoyably.
All right, goodbye.
Okay. But I have a book here, so I can forget. It is Align Your Dreams. No, it is. Educate Your Roster. Educate Your Roster. Wouldn't it be nice if you like had this book with you? I'm just saying. It's an idea. Educate Your Roster is about making sure that everyone's on the same page. Like you can't get people to all align if they don't know what they're going to do. And then the next step is align your dreams. And one of the things that makes a community not a cult, not one person's idea that becomes reality, is that we are all working together to help each other's dreams come true. So align your dreams. And then the last step of Pin Frenzy is Whirlpool. And what we learned was Whirlpool is where you start running and you get a lot of momentum going and you get pieces in place so that you can actually go back to like a normal like it's where you really push. And because you're starting to get that momentum, it starts to suck the people in who are a part of this. And then we have the last phase, which is vision or organize your shivers. The phase we're in. And the first step was rest. So we rested. God, I was so excited. And what that is that we're starting to put automation and documentation in place to make it easier for us to build these kinds of platforms in the future now that we've built one for ourselves. Our last two steps, I know they're going to happen after. Like, one of them is the Kickstarter, which is Festival. And that is everyone coming together and celebrating what you've done. And it took us a while to realize, like, we're basically having a digital bazaar and inviting our community to come in and say, hey, look what we built. And we're selling some products there. And that's really exciting. So, at a festival, and then our last step is ceremony. And that is doing some type of ritual to recognize what you've done, where you've come, and how far you've made it. So, that's the shiver cycle. And the reason why it's a cycle is because as you do it, you start to realize that there are other people who have their own groups that you can support, and you shiver again. And that way we can all start spreading out and supporting each other's work. You're talented. Everyone we work with is so talented and has so much to offer. The reason why they have us doing so much Okay. So, secret about late stage capitalism, you're talented. That's why they keep trying to exploit you. Because you have so much to offer. You have so much more to offer than previous generations did. So let's stop offering it to people who don't give a shit about us. Start offering it to each other. I believe in you. You can do this. It's so good to see you.